Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to Aaron Limitless. Today we are resuming part 2 of a Let's Play build of The Sims 4. And I'm building the modern farmhouse, and today is the day of making the kitchen. So there isn't any music or background sound because I'm having a dispute with the company that I use for my music. It's being straightened out, so hopefully the next video will have it up there, but I just didn't want to put anything in it because currently it's on hold with my account for that, but it should be fixed up, they said, within a couple of days, and I'll be able to go back to using the music and the background sound. So for now, there isn't really anything like that. But I guess it isn't too big of an issue because most of this would be filled with me talking and explaining the video and just kind of going over a recap of my week since I just got back from vacation. So I guess it isn't a big deal for this video anyways. So for this house, as I mentioned before in the previous video, if you guys didn't watch that one, essentially I always make these huge mega mansions, but this time I kind of wanted to go for a little bit smaller of a home. So I wanted to kind of make it look homey, but I still wanted the kitchen to kind of be a focal point for the entire house. So I still wanted to have it be a decent size. It's a lot smaller than the typical kitchens I do, but I got a lot in there for the size and given the size. So as you can see, I started with putting a whole bunch of just plain white cabinets, or should I say counters, at the back part of the wall. And then I kind of went back and forth here. I edited out part of it just because I didn't know what I wanted to use exactly, but I kind of wanted to go with some sort of contrasting type color with it. So I ended up picking out these kind of modern-ish black ones. So then I decided to actually kind of make a little bit of like a pantries in it, since I didn't actually make a walk-in pantry in this one. So as you can see, I'm putting in kind of like the half wall to divide the space to keep it open, but also have it be a defined space. Now you can see I'm just kind of going through and painting everything. I wanted kind of like an older type paint style that kind of looked rustic and old, but at the same time was kind of fresh and modern and very clean. So this one actually kind of went perfectly with it, and I was pretty excited to be able to use a different type of paint than I normally would have ever used. I don't think I've actually ever used that one, to be honest. So now I'm making my island. This actually took quite a while. This is sped up 4 times, but essentially with not only build my normal large islands, but I kind of wanted to make some sort of a built-in kind of sit-in area. It was a little bit harder to do than what I envisioned it, just because of the way the chairs and the benches would have to be. It just didn't work with it. I would have to make the island ginormous. So this was kind of like a cheat in way where they might not really be able to sit at it, but it kind of gave the desired effect I wanted. Decided to use these lights because I thought they were a good size, and it kind of was a very kind of modern, rustic type of style with it. So I wanted to kind of be like a modern farmhouse, but I didn't want it to feel like a complete farmhouse style with, you know, all the signs and, you know, using like all these crafty type things. So I kind of, you know, I really had to think about how I wanted to decorate this place. So now you can see here I'm kind of like readjusting it to figure out the width that I need it to be without being too big. So that's probably a good chunk of this right here. I actually sped up a little bit more for this little section and edited out a part where I kind of got stuck in what I was thinking of what I wanted to do exactly. But it actually took a pretty good amount of time to figure out exactly how I wanted the thing to actually be. So now you can see I'm kind of making the kitchen a little bit bigger just because I knew I wasn't going to be able to fit it in the way I wanted it to be with how the dimensions were currently in the kitchen. So now you can see I'm still trying to figure out how big I want it to be because I'm also thinking I need to be able to fit the seats in there. So now you can kind of see I moved stuff. And these new benches actually worked perfectly for it. I think these are custom content, I believe. So you'll have to like kind of search for it. I get most of my stuff from Sims Exchange or another one that's like a legit place. So I'm very kind of like particular of how much stuff I use for custom content just because you don't want to break the game or have any issues. I'm not really worried if, you know, the Sims can actually use this stuff, but I just want it more aesthetically because building is my favorite part of the Sims. As you can see, they didn't have a massive stove, but they did have some commercial stoves, so I decided just to double them up. Figured it looked pretty decent that way. And just kind of give it like a really good industrial for like somebody that wants a, you know, kind of like a pro grade kind of kitchen. Here I kind of got an idea for fridges. I had to kind of decide which ones I wanted to do. I like the one with the longer poles, but this one, or these fridges that I'm using right there, felt more commercial, so I decided to do that. So as you can see now, I'm kind of just trying to figure out exactly how I want to do this stuff. And I think I just decided on one fridge right there, figuring it's so much larger than the typical one. So this part right here was also edited out, so you'll see a slight jump ahead in it because it literally probably took me in the game a good like 10 minutes to figure out how to line it up just right. So yeah, that was kind of a pain, but I ended up thinking I actually kind of gave it a very like kind of custom built-in look. So I am very happy with the end result of how it came. So it's definitely worth it. Just touching up the paint parts that I have to do now. The cabinets again, because there were some like once I moved stuff, it looked off. Then I'm doing the same thing with the cabinets. Now that it's all built, kind of have to like fix it and add to it to fill in those little gaps you can see there. But it went pretty quickly and pretty smoothly. I kind of like the way those little lines looked because I thought about having like a stove on the on the island and have those be like kind of like invisible vents for the steam and smoke and stuff. But it's just there was no way to really make it do it perfectly, so I just decided to take it out. So now you can see I'm trying to figure out if I wanted to do stovetops or I just want to do sinks and whatnot. And I think I just decided on putting a sink on each end. I was getting frustrated with it not going into the sink because I forgot I doubled up on a lot of them. So I kind of had to move stuff around to fix it. And then I was also testing to see which sinks I liked. So you can see here I'm kind of playing around with them. I had to fix the cabinets to get them to work the way I wanted to. So as you can see, I just added another line of them, which makes it a little bit bigger, but not by much. And then it kind of ended up fixing what I needed it to fix in the thing when I finally went there. So you can kind of see I kind of moved stuff around, but I finally got it to work correctly. So now I'm just kind of going through and thinking about what I want to put in. I think it was like dishwashers at this point. So again, the same issue there. So then I decided, I believe was just to go, yeah, because it didn't look right, obviously. So I just decided to go, I think, the other route, and I ended up putting the dishwashers across the way because I figured it's not too drastic to have to just turn around and put the dishes in the dishwashers. But I wanted a very symmetrical, kind of modern, very commercial kind of kitchen at the same time. So now I'm kind of just going through some, decor to make it look like a real home and, decorate it and get that aesthetic, but also kind of have that lived-in vibe that actually, is a used kitchen and more realistic. So you can see I'm just kind of going through, sizing up some flowers and whatnot to fit there. Those are probably my number one flowers I love to use. They're just so pretty. I've been trying to download more different flower packages. It's hard to find really pretty looking house flower decorative type ones. But I think I did a pretty good job with being able to find that. So speaking of which, I actually just got back from DC. It was a lot of fun. Got to visit my sister for a couple of days for a long weekend. She has a beautiful kind of almost farmhouse, actually, craftsman type house out in this really small little town outside of between Baltimore and DC. It's actually really, really pretty, and it's a really nice area. I really liked it. When I saw it on the GPS, how rural it was, I was kind of like, but I can kind of see why they fell in love with the area because it's so pretty and just by itself and cozy, and they have all this space and land. So it's very, really nice. I really like it. I don't know if they're going to be there forever, but it's definitely like, way above and beyond for a starter home. I mean, all the bedrooms and bathrooms and everything in the kitchen were remodeled. Every bedroom has a bathroom in it, so it's a really nice house, honestly. Like for your first home that they bought together, I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, so that was really fun to get to visit them. We got so much done. We did everything down by the harbor in Baltimore, saw all the new built-up waterfront area, did a whole bunch of shopping, went out to multiple bars for drinks and food and restaurants. It was a lot of fun. We also did like DC and stuff and kind of went around the monuments and rode those e-scooters for the first time, those electronic scooters, which were pretty fun, actually, enough so that we actually purchased electric scooters of our own. So I should get that in about a week. But yeah, it was a tremendous amount of fun. And then we just kind of hung around the house, went to Mount Vernon. I got them a Switch for their housewarming gift and a whole bunch of games and stuff. So we had fun playing that and just drinking and hanging out and talking. We watched Mulan one night. And just did a whole bunch of fun stuff. I can't wait to go back. I can't wait for Christmas because that's going to be our next big get-together. But I'm going to try to get together with them again in the fall with people because it just was so much fun. So I hope you guys had fun, Rachel, if you're watching this. I can't wait to see you again. I miss and love you guys. Say hi to Ben. And yeah, so now you can see I'm kind of just putting in clutter along the all the countertops and whatnot, just to kind of have it a very, baker slash cook's kitchen. I kind of didn't want it to be too clean and minimalistic because I wanted it to be like the heart and the soul of the home. So you can see I'm just kind of trying to clutter it up and get stuff in there and whatnot. So I actually really like the way this all came out, the windows and everything. It was hard to tell by the lighting because it was raining in the game, but I kind of felt like at least I kind of know what it looks like. So when it's actually sunny out in the game, it'll be really pretty. So I was really, really happy with how everything with this kitchen turned out. Put some stuff for dogs in, some more decor, some custom content, and just kind of like boxes stuff that you would have, in your normal, I guess, kitchen and whatnot. I definitely wanted it to feel homey and cozy. So I feel like I got pretty good with getting that kind of aesthetic. I might add some more here and there eventually, but yeah. So now I'm kind of figuring out what I want to do as far as like decor here. If I wanted artwork or bookshelves, I know I wanted a TV in the center of it just to have something there. So I think I decided on doing some artwork and whatnot. So here I'm just kind of sizing up and down stuff and just kind of playing around with it, figuring out the TV and everything, and then doing that kind of stuff, figuring out some sort of a console and whatnot, and then kind of doing like the last minute touch-ups, checking everything out, seeing how everything looks. But yeah, that is pretty much going to be the end of this video. I just wanted to kind of do a quick recap. Sorry for the delay. I got the whole game in the house finished at this point. I just need to edit it. So I'm going to try to drop a video every 2 or 3 days. From here on out, I'm going to post this one, so it'll be up on Thursday, your guys' time. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Comment and subscribe below if there's a specific type of house you want me to design or any other ideas that you want me to do. It doesn't have to be like, video game related. It could be anything else on my channel. Check out other videos. As always, I would appreciate it if you guys liked and subscribed and hit the bell notification to be notified for future videos. It helps out the algorithm and it helps my channel grow. And thanks everyone for my support. If this is your first time, thank you for visiting. And I hope you come back again. And that's pretty much it. So just finishing up the floor at this point, kind of get a live view to get some static shots for the thumbnail. And I think that's pretty much it. I love the way this kitchen came out. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I feel like it's very homey. And I think that is going to be it. So I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care. And thank you for watching Aaron Limitless.